Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint. Baku-san
Hello.
JRPG, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing fantastic, Mr. Derek. How are you doing?
I'm a little weirded out, to be totally honest, because I'm talking to you on a Monday. What is up with that? I don't know. I just got off of work a minute ago and now I'm here doing work again, sort of.
Oh my God. Well,
What's up with that?
I'm just hoping that folks saw our Twitch messages or Twitter messages and know that we didn't do the show yesterday, that we moved it over to today because yesterday was Easter. And I think a lot of folks are spending time with their family, and it just didn't make sense for us to pull them away from the family to watch I mean, I know how immensely popular our show is. We gotta we gotta be responsible.
Oh sure. We'd be breaking up families and
Yeah.
causing rifts and lineages and stuff for years to come. We just decided, guys, spend some time with your families and we'll spend time with ours, and we'll just catch up on a Monday. So even though it's a little weird.
just a tad weird. But you know what? I'll take any. Actually, you know what? No, it's not that weird for me because you typically stream on Monday. I come and watch you stream once I do work on Monday. So yeah, no, not that weird for me actually.
I know.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's actually not that weird. I mean, we've done this before as well. We've done Monday streams in the past when things have like this have arrived. But hey, if you were wondering what we were doing on Sunday, this would probably be a good reminder for everybody who was curious and was left waiting. Do be sure to follow Baku and I on Twitch and on Twitter so that you see the notifications when we go live, and also our various Discord channels. I think we try to disseminate information pretty well everywhere, but if you didn't catch that news, that update from us, then yeah, maybe keep your eye on that. But I'm sure a lot of people realized it was Easter and probably had made assumptions as well. So anyways, hey everybody, welcome to HitPoint. This is Baku and I's JRPG news, anime news, niche news of all sorts. Anything that interests us, we're going to talk about it. And today, gosh, we're going to be talking about some upcoming releases, going to take a look at some trailers, talk about some community news. And gosh, it's going to be a pretty good show. I'm pretty excited. And also, we're going to answer some comments from the podcast last week, and as well as a couple of voicemails that we got this week. We do stream live, everybody who's not watching us live right now. We do stream live every Sunday, usually, asterisk, at 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern time. It does look like we are, in fact, live. Just making sure I hit that go live button.
Yes, we are live.
Just being extra diligent these days.
We're definitely live now.
Now, I didn't actually write down what today's top headline would be, but Baku, what if you had to take a stab at it? What would you say is today's top headline?
Something about more heroes. I don't know. We're going to talk about heroes. Yes.
They keep saying no more heroes, but they keep making more of them, so I don't know what's going on.
Yes, more heroes. Yes, but we'll be talking about there are no more hero ports coming up.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Even though I already bought the old More Heroes port on Switch, but we'll see.
Switch.
Yeah.
We'll
see what the new More Heroes is coming to.
Yes. So want us to take a stab at the podcast comments from last podcast?
You betcha.
Okay, so something that stuck out to me is AMG XPSX. There's probably a better way to pronounce that, so forgive me if I got that wrong. Actually, sorry, it says AMG XPSX 1998. It's got to be some kind of a PlayStation thing, but okay,
here we go. So, but yeah.
So this is in regards to us talking about why box music sounds so sad. And we were talking about like major key, minor keys, what have you. So our friend XPSX typed out this sizable paragraph in explaining things in detail. I don't think I was smart enough to understand half the things because I'm not very musically inclined. But here's a short, in his words, so her words, so in their words, In short, manipulation of harmonic dissonance and consonance in the form of minor and major tones is one reason why certain songs or sounds are perceived by a majority of listeners to sound scary, sad, happy, energizing, or hype. And with that said, to finish, let me just say hype responsibly.
I appreciate you picking out that quote. That's fantastic. You know, I'll let you finish, but I will mention. Speaking of hyping responsibly,
Oh.
I've spent a little bit of the funds that we raised through selling those hype responsibly shirts on a new run, and also a
Ooh,
couple of new designs. So I'll keep you abreast of
nice.
that as they develop, but it's gonna be it's gonna be maybe a couple more weeks. So hang tight.
Hmm. We'll be sure to let everyone know. Uh, Thank you again for the explanation, the XPSX. Yes, I'm gonna read it over again.
Hmm.
And if anyone here, may be well versed in music theory and want to take a stab at our question, why do music box music always sound so sad? Let us know in the comments. We're always interested to learn more.
I think I also read that comment, and one thing that I also gleaned, I thought from their response, or maybe it was somebody else's response, is that the way that they kind of operate on that whole wind-up mechanism is that
Hmm.
it also causes things to slowly start like losing sync with their own rhythm, and so
Oh
like they also start to like
yeah.
kind of slow down a little bit as the winding kind of
Mm.
decreases. So it has this sort of thing where like it builds up and gradually building anticipation, and that's another
Mhm.
reason that they use it a lot for like suspense and stuff like that,
Mm,
which i
yeah,
i thought that was pretty cool. Okay,
that
we
makes sense.
also had a series of responses to last week's video talking about Kingdom Hearts 4, some really in-depth conversation that I wanted to take a stab at relaying to
Mhm.
everybody here. So we don't have names here, but there was this thread of really brilliant commentary here. Starting with, it's called Kingdom Hearts IV because it's going straight into my veins.
Mm.
We got a response here. Poison. It's called Kingdom Hearts IV because you'll need to take antibiotics after playing it. I think. Let's see. We got one here. It's called Dynasty, or no, it's called Kingdom Hearts IV because you're gonna need an IV with how long you're gonna have to wait. So I'm guessing like you're gonna be dehydrated if you don't, hydrate properly. Uh, Remember, everybody at home, hydrate. And then I capped it off
Hydrate.
with SuperDerek RPGs says it's called Kingdom Hearts IV because I've got no idea when it's coming out.
Oh my god. Oh god. I don't know
Welcome to
why
the
I
Punter
picked this.
Dome, ladies and gentlemen. If
Uh,
you want to get shoehorned into the comments, make sure that you post your best puns for Baku to enjoy, and I'll do my best to recap
mm.
them every week.
One of these days, when I finally have a stroke, it will be because of these puns. It's just waiting to happen.
Yep.
I can feel my blood pressure going up.
A stroke of luck. Now, we
Uh,
got a couple of voicemails from our hotline, and I'll go ahead and leave you guys that number here real quick. If you want to leave us a voicemail to be played on air, you can do so at 785-337-3805. And let's go ahead and play that first voicemail here.
Hi,
okay.
Derek and Baku. Just wanted to say, first and all, podcast and all the JRPG news. Do you typically buy games the day they come out and or wait for them to come out? This may just be my cynicism with the gaming industry and games being unpolished on release, but I find myself in recent years only buying a few games when they come out, and then most of the
A
time
little
waiting
choppy
for
on my
months
end.
and or a year to pick up a game unless it's an elusive limited run game, simply because you usually get a lot of quality of life patches with the game for the first
A
year of it
little
coming
very
out
choppy on
and
my
or the
end.
expansion pack.
Is
I
it
think a good
playing
example
okay
of this
on
for
your
me
end?
was Final Fantasy 15. Love the game, but playing it a year after it came out was probably a much better way to experience the game and even the story of the game. And I just wanted your thoughts. Do you guys typically wait for some releases knowing that maybe you're not getting the best product on day one?
Okay, I'll recap that because it sounds like your audio was cutting out on that, Baku. But basically he said, he was asking a question of, do you buy games day one, or would you rather wait a while and wait for the quality of life improvements? Because in his experience, especially with like Final Fantasy 15, you could buy it day one, or you could have waited until all the quality of life improvements, all of the various DLCs have come out and been bundled into the re-patch, or like what we talked about last week with the sort of predatory expansions that various developers have released, like Dragon Quest XI S or Persona 5 Royal or something to that effect. Like, what's the benefit of buying day one? And I think that I'll go ahead and kick off here real quick with my hot take. It's not really that hot of a take though. I will buy a game on day one if I perceive that it's going to be more expensive to buy if I don't buy it day one. Like, I'll buy it retail if I suspect that if waiting a year or two will, you know, make it harder for me to purchase at a reasonable price. Like, case in point, I bought Ys 8 thinking, oh, I mean, no, not Ys 8, Ys 9. I bought Ys 9 when it was brand new. I haven't played it yet, but I bought it when it was brand new because I'm like, well, Ys 8, that was hard to get after a year or two. Surely Ys 9 will be hard to get. It's not. It's easy to get Ys 9 right now. But, you know, I like if upcoming Trails game like Zero no Kiseki, for instance, I think the Trails games also have a history of kind of going up in price, or, you know, unless it's like the worst way to play the game, in which case those are easier. But, you know, it's kind of a crapshoot. The idea, I guess, is sort of like, I'm trying to save myself money in the long term, and it just a matter of like making bets about, is it going to be expensive later, or is it going to be expensive now? And
yeah,
it's
almost like it's trading stocks.
It kind of feels a little bit like it, because it really is just a total crapshoot.
Yeah, it really is. And on your line of you know, story, I recently sold an extra copy of a game called Blue Reflection. So I
Paper Hands.
actually had 2 copies of that. Yeah, and I sold one of them because I you know, I was cleaning out. I didn't need 2 copies, and there's certain games that there are better versions that I have on Steam, and I guess I just don't need an extra PS4 copy, so I was selling those. And when I looked online, I couldn't believe it, on eBay. Someone actually bought it for like $150.
Jeez.
Like, I think I got my copy for like $30.
Oh man, that's
so yeah. It's stocks, man. It's stocks. Like, who would have known that?
And you
buying the
sold.
extra
You're
copy-
never supposed to sell
no
paper-handed.
and it sold. It's not a hypothetical.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, someone listed it for $200.
You're doing
like,
it. You're doing it wrong, Baku. Buy high, sell never.
Well, I've also bought high on something else and sold never. So there's that. So it's not like I'm just like making all this crazy profit. Like, that's like the one time that
you've actually
money.
made out
like,
on top. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I consistently lose money
I know.
buying games.
I feel like that's honestly the way it's done, because honestly, video games, like I've said this before, this behind me, that's not my retirement. That's not an investment. That is an expenditure, and it is a burden.
Yes.
It is not an asset. Though I do ensure it like one.
Yes. Now the nice thing about being a streamer is that or a content creator is to get to write these things off as business expenses. So as long as you do produce some kind of product with it, right? So you can justify it. So,
yeah,
but
I do that for a whopping
expert.
I can do that with a whopping like 12 games a year at my rate, and I buy way more than that. So let's not even pretend that that's. I mean, I wish I could. I guess I wish I could write it all off, but that's
itemize it, right?
Yeah. But anyways,
so
long story short, for everybody else, yeah, you might get a better experience buying used or buying after the fact. The other extenuating circumstances, if it's a developer that I want to support, I'll buy new. You know, and generally speaking, I'll want to support developers who provide a complete product on launch. Historically, I'm never going to recommend anybody buy themselves, Fallout 5 or whatever on launch, because it's going to be busted, and we all know it. Probably not going to buy the next Witcher game on launch. Just no, don't pre-order things generally unless you really just want to support the company.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the long and short of it at this point. Like, honestly, if I bought a game day one, there's no way I'm going to be able to play it day one. Just because of the way I play games, but that's also kind of unique. We have another voicemail if we want to dive into that real quick.
Well, I guess I'll answer to that question first. So I have a different take. I would buy day one if they're good, like limited edition stuff. I'm a sucker for limited edition stuff.
I feel like that ties into like because that stuff is harder to get after day one. People,
much harder.
People never sell it for less than they bought it for.
Absolutely. And but that only pertains to games that are typically in the series that I know are gonna retain some value. Like, what's it? Dang, Soul Hacker, right? There's a limited edition in Japan. Not that I'm getting it, but if it was available in the West, I might consider it, because I know that series is going to retain value versus some fly-by-night new IP limited edition. Probably wouldn't care as much, because that's a much bigger gamble for me, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, here's that other voicemail real quick.
Hey, Baku-san and SuperDerek. Toolman Tim. I watch you on Twitch all the time, and it's nice to have a podcast to listen to. I travel for work a fairly decent amount, so I'm in my car a lot. It's nice to be able to listen to you guys to and from work. I want to say that podcast is awesome, and I enjoy it thoroughly. Please continue doing what you're doing. My question is, what was your best JRPG experience? Now, it doesn't have to be your favorite JRPG, but just like for me, Suikoden 3 is my best JRPG experience. Not because it's my favorite JRPG, but I just remember when I got it for Christmas. I was in high school or college, I can't remember. I just literally played through it and did nothing but eat, sleep, and play Suikoden 3, and it was just the best experience playing an RPG ever. So I just wondering if you guys had a specific one like that, one that you remember having a ton of fun with. But yeah, have a good day.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and recap that for you as well. Basically, that was our good friend Toolman Tim.
Hello. Hey, Toolman Tim. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, and I've let's see. He asked us what it was our favorite, or our what was our best RPG experience. Not necessarily like the RPG itself, but just like he was saying, back when the game came out, he got to play it and just spend a lot of time during it over like summer break and stuff. So like, what was like your best like RPG playing experience, like regardless of the game?
Okay. My best experience. This is easy. My best experience is the Trials of Mana remake. Hands down.
No kidding.
I think I told Derek about this. Yeah, because that was my favorite game growing up. I mean, and it's not like a technically amazing game. There are plenty of flaws, but it was just so much fun, right? Growing up playing that game, trying all the different classes, different combination, going through all the stories. It was fun. But as you all know, that game for the longest time was not available in the West. Now, then they released the what is it called, the Mana collection, right?
Collection
that
of
was also
Mana,
initially. Yeah, and it was also initially not available in the West, and I would suspect that because it had a lot to do with Trials of Mana localization, and that's not a thing. So, and then they released like a new so what is it called, Sword of Mana, I think, which is like the remake of the first game, and then Secret Mana remake, both of which didn't sell very well. Right. So I mean, so all hopes are basically lost for a third game. And then I forgot which show it was, where they showed like the trailer to Trials of Mana remake, and not just in the style of the Sword of Mana or the Secret Mana, but like a complete 3D remake.
Yeah.
And available in the West. It was just like, what?
I know
and it's
that
just,
whole
yeah.
experience. I remember you and I immediately like talked afterward, and we're like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Yes. Oh, that was crazy. So then sitting there playing that game, it was just so surreal. It's
Yeah,
like never in my, never in the wildest imagination. I can imagine seeing like Final Fantasy whatever mainline remake easy, right? That's like easy bet, right?
hmm
But Trials of Mana of
I know.
all things, what?
I know. It
and
was
and
just
a
as
quality
far.
remake too,
It
not
really
like
was.
it was a quality remake. I was just like, what happened? What
I
happened,
know.
Square Enix? Like, what?
It was so out of left field, like
Yes.
like just as out of left field as the HD 2D remake of Live Alive, right? It was just
Yes. Yes.
so just random. But it was even more random because they hadn't done anything quite as random recently. Like
Yeah.
Square Enix has kind of shifted gears a little bit lately, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have a backlog of things that we can monopolize on," and so they are, and I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
Take my money, Square Enix. With things that I actually want.
man,
We'll talk more about it.
yeah, I'm having a really tough time figuring out which game I had the best overall experience with. I would initially I would say like was it my very first time playing Earthbound because it was like just me and just Earthbound on a summer break, nothing to do, just playing it and figuring it out and falling in love with it for the first time. And I think no, I don't think it was that actually.
Okay.
I think it was actually probably Chrono Cross, which is, you know, probably. I mean, I know you're not a super big fan of Chrono Cross. We've
Are you
discussed
kidding
it
me? I
before.
love Chrono Cross. What?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Chrono
What?
Cross, your favorite game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I was playing through that, and it was also a summer break the next year, I want to say. And by this point, I had already kind of grown to understand RPG combat in general, and as a result, I was hitting the ground running, and I was in love with it. All like just from the get go. The combat was really great. I loved the concept of Surge, and Kid was I think my first like video game crush. So it was just it was like this lightning in a bottle experience, and I got to play it when it was relatively new. When the PlayStation was still like a modern console. Like I didn't get to experience it with other friends at that time. That was probably Final Fantasy X was the first new RPG I got to like play alongside a friend who was also enjoying it, right?
Oh wow.
But yeah, I was late to playing JRPGs, as it turns out. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, it was a super fun experience playing Chrono Cross. Yeah. So
Well,
speaking,
I'm still
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
still glad you got to go back to like play games like Terra Enigma because
Oh
that
yeah,
definitely came out before. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. It was like this rapid fire succession where I discovered Earthbound, something clicked, and then I just hit all of the emulators. I'm like, I like give me more, and I like, yeah. It was a very intensive few months after Earthbound of just like grabbing everything I could find, searching for best SNES RPGs of all time, trawling through all these different forums, looking for things to experience, and just like, I was like a drug addict, like just looking for that next hit. I was just
but aren't we basically all like that kind of drug
chasing
addict
that
anyways,
chasing that
or
same high.
chasing
Yep.
chasing that JRPG? It's like this is no Chrono Trigger. This is swipes the table, swipes all the JRPGs off. This is no Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I feel like that was basically how most people responded to Chrono Cross. This isn't Chrono Trigger. Oh man! So speaking
My
of
dealer
Chrono Cross,
promised me.
speaking of Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger, let's move on to this next headline here. It's
Yes.
a PSA, a public service announcement. That's right, everybody. You're the public. We're providing this service. No, just kidding. But PSA, Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition has a new hidden post-credits scene,
Yes.
which
Right.
is pretty interesting to me. So if you are playing Chrono Cross, or if you've already played it, you can view this scene by selecting the credits from the main menu and watch the credits in whole without skipping, and then the scene will play out for you. I have no idea what it is. Because I'm like, nah, this is the dumbest thing, because I've beaten Chrono Cross, but I'm like, I don't want to spoil myself. But I'm like, at the same time, like, hang on a second, would I really be spoiling myself? No, I gotta go earn the cutscene. I don't know.
Okay, so for anyone who might be worried about spoilers, listen, we're not going to talk about what's in the ending. Derek doesn't know what it is. I know what it is, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
Yeah, but but the nature of it being a PSA, some people might even view just us talking about it as kind of a spoiler anyway. So, and if you're those people, I apologize, but it just needs to be said because it's so hidden, right?
Mhm.
Not only do you have to finish Chrono Cross, you also have to finish the Radical Dreamers.
Oh, you do?
Once you
Okay.
finish both, then you go to credits in the main menu and
Oh.
watch the sequence and watch it to the very end. And right after that, there would be this bonus thing that you get to watch. Again, I won't tell you what it is. You can look online, you can play it yourself, but just know that it's there. Okay. So
My God.
congratulations.
Could
to
you
all
imagine
Chrono
if this
Cross fans.
hinted at a new Chrono game? It probably
Oh
doesn't.
my
It
God.
probably doesn't, but man, I would freak.
Nope.
I know you're and you
will
better not.
I shall not.
You shan't. That's right.
Yep. I shan't. Yeah.
The
I have.
it's the
I'm an
opposite.
ethical. Yeah, I'm an ethical journalist.
It'd be pretty funny if it was, and I can speculate because I haven't seen it. It'd be pretty funny if this was Square Enix like doing the complete opposite, just turning off, shutting down any notion of a new Chrono game. Like at the end, the cutscene is just like, I don't know, the just like the bodies of the original creators just lit on fire. Just like just taking gasoline, dousing, throwing a match.
There shall be no more Chrono games.
Chrono broken.
But please stay tuned for Final Fantasy 16.
Jesus. Oh man. All right. You want to take this next one?
Yeah, absolutely. So some great news in the gaming world. Bamco just announced that Scarlet Nexus hit 2 million players worldwide. 2 millions. That's a good strong showing, especially for a brand new IP. We talked a little bit about Scarlet Nexus in the past. It is definitely a game that, while I don't hear a lot of folks talking about in the grapevine, anyone who I've ever talked to had enjoyed it. Said that the gameplay is very smooth, the story is very satisfying. It hits you in the gut in just the right time, and the plot twists involved is just like one twist after another, after another, after another, and it just keeps you guessing. It sounds great. That's the kind of game that like I can really sink my teeth into. So I cannot wait to start my playthrough. The interesting thing about this though is that they only sold 1 million copies worldwide. And so how do you get 2 million players? Well, actually through
Piracy.
things like Xbox Game Pass.
Oh,
Piracy,
okay.
yes. Bamco is like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Like half of you bought the game, thank you. But the rest of you, shame. Shame. Don't think we didn't know you played a game. No, but it's through things like Xbox Game Pass, which they had specifically, included in part of their messages. Is hey, a lot of folks are playing these games through Game Pass, so that's kind of interesting. And you know what, I'm a person who will always want to own my own copy and own a hard copy. But if your way of playing games, your lifestyle, it works out better for you to do like Game Passes and not own anything, hey, more power to you. As long as you get to play those games, we're definitely not shaming you, even though we don't subscribe to that. Now,
So to
as
speak.
a reminder, a reminder for the game, there are 3 story DLCs and free collaboration DLC with Tales of Arise. So yeah, if you haven't gotten to start this game, maybe now's the time to look for a cheap copy on Amazon or something. Because I think they've gone down on price. So again, about not buying it in day one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So pretty cool news.
Awesome. Well, on the opposite side of the spectrum, Babylon's Fall, the game that's notorious for having bad graphics.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the only thing that's bad.
No, it actually it has decent graphics, but Babylon's Fall falls below 10 players with only 8 players in the game at one point
Insane.
on 4/13/2012. So that's on the 13th of this month. 2012. Wait. 2022. Yeah, hang on.
2022. Yeah, sorry.
Baku-san, you wrote 2012, and don't you know I will read whatever's on this teleprompter. on 2022.
Wait a minute.
With an average 30 days concurrent count of about 150. So that's like on average 150, but it dipped below 10.
Oh, jeez.
Despite the weak player base, Square Enix insists that the game will not be abandoned, stating that the content is up to the end. That content up until the end of season 2 is now practically complete, and we have started work on season 3 and beyond.
And beyond. And beyond.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of throwing good money after bad, oh my god.
Speaking of Square Enix giving things that we want.
My god, if only it had better graphics.
Oh, gee. Yeah, if only had better graphics. Did any of you guys answer to the survey? Did you guys catch the survey? I caught the survey. I just didn't answer it.
If anybody's
play the game.
If anybody's curious, if you missed previous episodes, the reason we're saying that is because a few weeks ago at this point now, Square Enix put out a survey about how they could improve the game, but all of the options that people could select from were about visual enhancements of the game. And they only had it open for like 5 days, and then they shut it down.
5 days. No, I think the funniest one is still what kind of graphics enhancement can we make that would make you more likely to recommend this game to your friends? I mean, yeah,
just
if I
trying
want
to
to
improve
end
their
my
net promoter
friendship
score
with that person, I would recommend them to play this game.
Like, I love the fact that they're not even like trying to like hide the fact that they're just trying to improve their NPS. Like their net promoter score. If you guys at home ever hear like, would you recommend this to a colleague or would you recommend this to a friend? And it's a scale of 1 to 10. Basically, that's they're doing this thing called a net promoter score, where basically it varies depending on how you use it, but basically, unless you give it like an 8 to 10, then it's considered a like you're a promoter is your 8 to 10, and then 7 to 5 is like a neutral, and then 5 and below is like you're a detractor. So it's so funny how blatant, that they're just trying to improve this arbitrary like statistic about like, I don't know. How likely are you, Baku, to recommend this to a friend?
I mean, what, HitPoint or Babylon's Fall?
No, Babylon's Fall.
If I want to end my friendship with somebody, I would highly recommend the game to them.
It would be really difficult to recommend the game to somebody with only 10 players online.
I'm just saying, not to toot our horns, but there are more viewers right now than there were concurrent players in a AAA title, which is insane. God. Think about that for just a second.
That's gotta sting. That's gotta smart something fierce.
Derek, you know how we can get more viewers to HitPoint? We need to create our own survey, ask people about improving our graphics.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do the one better. Our survey will only last 3 days.
Oh, I like it. Here, we'll do a survey for the next half hour to an hour or so on this podcast. If you would score us as a promoter, then that is, if you would give us at a 10, give us an 8 or above. Make sure to hit that like button and get subscribed so you see the next one.
Yes, that's all you gotta do. It's so simple.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. God, I hate that so much. God.
One day, I'm gonna say that non-ironically. my life.
I know.
Um,
I'm counting down the days until I say it unironically, because like at this point I'm just finding creative ways to say it differently, and it's like I hate what YouTube is making me do.
hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next episode.
Just, I remember back in the day when you could like subscribe to somebody on YouTube and you would just like see when they put something out. Like that was great. Can we not just do that again, YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube changed that. I still don't, to this day, I don't understand.
It's
Like, if I subscribe
it's because
to a
YouTube
thing,
doesn't want you to see what you want to see. They want to show you what they want to show you, because those things keep you on the platform longer. That's the fact of the matter. That's they're fudging the numbers to algorithmically keep you on the platform longer. It sucks.
I always hated that.
I hate it so much. Anyways,
Okay.
you know what I don't hate? Super Robot Wars 30.
I was waiting for. I'm like, yes, Derek. Tell me more.
How you like that transition?
Perfect. Professional. That was great. All the years of making YouTube videos has taught you well.
That's right.
Okay. So yes, the next piece of news we want to talk about is about Super Robot Wars, and as you all know, it is a wonderful franchise that I've been playing for many years. So recently we talked about a special stream that they were gonna do, and I'd mentioned that, hey, you know, they have data mine and there's supposed to be like 4 sets of DLC, so they're probably talking about DLC set 3 and 4. Well, it turns out that it seems like, based on the data mine data, it seems like they've combined these two together into one expansion pack. So they reviewed the expansion pack, and it's very confusing because there are 2 sets of data. So get this, right? On the day of the stream, the set 1's available from the expansion if you buy it, and it gives you like some power parts or whatever, like whoopie doo. And then set 2 is available on 420, which has like the majority of like the expansion pack that you're actually paying for. So what are you getting? You're getting a super expert mode. You're getting a whole bunch of units, Armor Trooper Vodums, Dankuga, Majestic Prince, Genetic Awakening, which is the movie, Guitar Robot Devolution, Shinkarion, the movie, and then 2 Super Robot OG units, which again, that's like the majority of the expansion pack, right? 3 new attacks for existing units, and a whole 45 new missions. That's a lot of missions. But for some strange reason, they were like, okay, well, it's gonna be divided into 2 sets. Set 1 will give you like 3 power parts. It's like just to keep your appetite, and then 420 will release. Why don't just combine it all into one thing and just set it in a later release date? I don't understand why they did that still, but whatever. So that's what they did. In addition to the expansion pack, there will be a free new DLC that's free, containing 2 additional units. That's Grungus and also the Van Ein from Omega Cross. Yes, Omega Cross. That's also going to be available on 420. So if you guys are a Super Robot Wars fan and you have not heard about this, I'm not sure why you haven't, but keep your eyes out for 420. And we also have a trailer. I don't know if you want to play it, but it's there for you.
All right. Yeah, I'd be happy to take a look at the trailer. I mean, it's just a trailer for some DLC, but yeah, it couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Here, let's
I guess we can show the good people what Super Robot Wars looks like.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually shown a Super Robot Wars trailer yet on the show, have we? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have, no.
Here, let's pull this up here. There we go. It's in English and I still can't pronounce everything.
This is in English, yes.
Super Robot Wars also available for free. Special original robot inclusions.
That's a free DLC.
Okay. maybe we did talk about it before, because I remember talking about like how it's kind of like SD instead of like high detail character designs.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was on your stream, I don't remember. Because you've been playing Super Robot Wars a bit lately, too. Oh, he's got a swallow. I like that. It's one of my favorite underrated character weapons. That and the Nagamaki.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's the free update content that you can get.
Cool. Was that... Yeah, I guess that was it.
That was the free content.
Pause.
Maybe
Stop. Stop.
Yeah, here's the paid expansion. Like, oh, this one's paid.
Oh, there's more to this trailer. Oh, geez. Okay, here, I'll show the rest of this.
This one is paid. Yes.
Okay.
There goes the free stuff. Here's the paid stuff.
I couldn't see how long the trailer was, so I was just like,
we probably don't have to play through the whole thing. Yeah, free is good. Free is good. But they're like, by the way, you can still give us more money.
You know, I feel like that's a pretty good service model. Like, if you're gonna have paid DLC, you know, throw people a bone who maybe can't afford the paid
stuff. Get your appetite going.
I kind of don't mind that too much. I'm not a big fan of DLC, but as long as there's free stuff too, maybe. I don't know. That does look pretty nice though. So this game kind of ties a little bit into what you were saying the other day though, wasn't it, Baku? About or that voicemail we got where it was asking about like, do you play games on day one or do you wait a year? Well, by waiting a year, you know, which is what you've been doing, you'll get access to this DLC if you choose to purchase.
This is why I haven't even like really played a game, because I was waiting for the DLCs to come out.
Yeah. Those guys look pretty darn cool.
Don't they? Yeah.
I'm not much of a mech kind of person so far, but I can appreciate the designs pretty well.
Yeah. They got some they got some new units that are joining, so I know a lot of fans are like super excited, and some folks are like, yeah, I don't understand the big deal. See, now y'all know about, like, you know, why some people don't care about what is it, Trails games or like an SMT game. It's like I get it. Right, because I'm like super crazy, like stoked about it.
This looks like a Megazord, like straight up. It just looks like a Power Rangers Megazord right now.
Well, because it kind of is.
Sweet.
It's like a couple of like animal like you know, units that combines into one like giant robot. So it basically is like an inspiration to you know, the Megazord, because I think the original Dankuga came out in like the 80s.
A new companion will join you in the near future.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay,
so,
we're good. Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll add the links in the bottom if you want to watch like the entire thing.
All right.
Alrighty.
Very cool. So, do any of the Super Robot Wars actually have the Power Rangers Zords from like back in the 90s and stuff?
No, and I think the reason may be because of copyrights. So yeah, they actually need to get the copyrights from
like Saban or something.
I'm trying to think, you know, like, because there's certain handhelds that I've never played before. So take it a grain of salt, because I've only played the ones that are on console. I don't typically play. I find it really hard to focus and play like a tactical game on like a handheld.
Yeah.
It's just the screen's really small.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, so I try not to play. But there has been a couple of titles on handheld, so maybe one of those, and it's just slipped my radar.
Sure.
But definitely not on the console ones. No.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about this next one here, man?
Yes, but before that, just a quick reminder to everyone that if you put in super chats, we will be reading those towards the end of the podcast.
Good
So
catch. I forgot to
yes,
mention that. Yeah. We will be responding to super chats at the end of the podcast as per usual. If you have any burning questions that you'd like us to respond to before the end of the show, throw them out there and we'll do our best to get to them. Otherwise, you can leave us a voicemail and we'll get to those in the
yes,
next one.
absolutely. Okay, so some new game announcements. So this is fresh off the press because had we done the show on Sunday, we would have missed this.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about? Well, we've talked about this game during the Digimon Con, and the game is called Digimon Survive. Yes, the long awaited, much delayed, now tactical PG
Mm-hmm.
Digimon game that, according to the developers, is geared towards adults with a darker theme, has finally gotten a solid release date
Wow.
this year
My
in
gosh.
July 28th.
That's
but
pretty
only
incredible.
In Japan.
Oh,
But only in Japan.
Oh, the release date is only in Japan so far.
Only in Japan. But
So
only
far.
in Japan. Yes, so far. So, of course, we expect there to be an international release because when they did the trailer, it's in English, and so obviously they have a English version planned at least. It's just that we don't have a release date on it, but I think fans will still take solace in knowing that there's at least some release date. And they can at least get to see what the game looks like. And I think Trails fans are used to this kind of treatment anyway, so
Yeah.
having a Japanese version salivate for like a year before the English version comes out.
Only a
I'm
year.
looking at you, Kuro. Yeah, only a year. Fingers crossed it's only a year. But we're talking about I believe it's still Bamco who's doing Digimon. So it's a sizable developer. So
Yeah.
I think they have the capital to do a relatively short turnaround, if not simultaneous at least. I can imagine them doing a pretty quick international release. So look forward to seeing more of this game as we move towards July, and fingers crossed again that they don't delay that.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's gonna be like what I've always wanted in a Pokemon title. Basically, where it's just
Yeah.
they take it a little bit more serious, put a little bit more time into the plot, make it something kind of dark, a little edgy, but still innocent and playful at heart. It seems like it could have some pretty cool stuff here.
A little philosophical, like things that you would think about if you're an adult and maybe not so much as a child. Now Pokemon has something similar. They had a tactical they had some kind of a tactical RPG that's like set in like the the Sengoku era, like the Sengoku era, the warring country era. And it was kind of fun. But definitely a much lighter hard take than what we're looking at here.
Yeah, where it looks like people are dying and stuff.
They're like, well, characters can permanently die depending on your choices in this game. So it's like, okay. But very interesting take on all this. So can't wait to see it.
All right. So I got this next one here.
Yes.
We are getting an HD version of Mahoutsukai no Yoru. Did I say that correctly?
Close enough.
It's a Type Moon visual novel that is slated for December of 2022 this year. Now
I wrote it correctly this time.
You did. I know. I was like very careful. I was like, hang on, I see the 12, but then slash, there it is, 2022. Well done.
Yes.
So compared to the 2012 original release, the HD version will have, well, get this, higher resolution artwork.
Ooh.
In addition to full voice acting, and most notably, official English localizations for the first time.
Yes, and that is crazy. So, some background for anyone who might be interested. Type Moon visual novels are huge. Okay, and if you've never heard of Mahoutsukai no Yoru, There's also, I don't know, Fate Stay Night. Have you heard of that? How about Tsukihime, right? So those are definitely more famous titles. So it's kind of big news for the reason that we're finally getting an official English localization that we have not seen from this group,
Yeah.
this publisher ever. So this is pretty huge. Now, I do want to caution everyone, don't get too excited because this is a Japanese release. So don't expect to pick this up, in Amazon perhaps or wherever you're getting your games. You can probably pick it and play Asia, but if you do pick it up, just know that you can change the language setting to English, and then
Oh
you
yeah.
have full localization. I don't know the quality of the localization will be good or bad, but hey, it's baby steps. Baby
Yeah.
steps.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
One of the other things, since you did mention you might not be able to get it on Amazon, did you know that you can actually sign up for an Amazon.co.jp account and you can oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes just order stuff straight from Japan through Amazon?
Absolutely, because I have one.
Yeah, me too. A
you know,
lot of stuff doesn't always ship internationally, but usually if it's sold through Amazon, you might not get your prime, 2-day delivery out of the deal,
Mhm.
but
Definitely not today. You're lucky they delivered to you at all.
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
you know
Especially
what I actually
oh
use
god.
that for?
Oh, what's that?
So I actually signed that up originally so that I can send something to my aunt who lives in Japan.
Really?
So I'll buy stuff and just send it to her place.
Oh,
So
I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
because she lives in Japan,
Oh,
right?
that's
Yeah.
smart. That's smart.
Right? Right?
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. So what I bought it or what I signed up for was so
Mhm.
that I could maybe see when the Super Famicom Classic came out. So maybe getting a copy of
Oh.
that, but I didn't. But that's what I signed up for initially. So,
But good on you for exploring that option.
mhm. Yeah.
Just one more thing to note about this particular title. There is an anime film in the works for Mahoutsukai no Yoru, and I think this series is definitely better known nowadays internationally for the anime.
Mhm.
So, boy, if you're an anime fan, just watch out for more Nasifer stuff coming at you.
Awesome.
All right, so we've got another game that's getting a PS4 port. This is a very interesting little title from a lesser known company called CFK.
Mhm.
They have announced that this 2020 game called A Street Cat's Tale is getting a PS4 port. It was originally released on the Switch. You play as a kitten that has been separated from their mother. You must survive 13 days in the city. Sounds kind of painful, but it looks really cute. So it's a little deceptive. You want to check out the trailer?
I kind of do actually. Is this going
Yeah,
to be one of those things that seems really sweet, but then turns out to be really sad though? All
let's
right, well,
find
whatever.
out.
Well, let's find out. Ugh. All right.
So this is a
Oh, is
Korean
this
title.
okay?
Yes. No, I know you can play on PS4. So, you play as a kitten and you travel through the city. You have to, find food, survive. You'll meet human that are kind and not so kind. You meet different animals that may or may not help you out. So, you gotta survive. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta live for 13 days until you reach adulthood and you can fend for yourself.
Huh.
It's probably a slight depress.
Yeah. Oh, poor kitties.
Yes, but it's really beautiful art, I think. And I've got some
Scarface.
friends.
Scarface kitty. Gotta love it.
I've had some friends who played the game and absolutely loved it. So I wanted to let you all know that if you don't own a Switch and you own a PS4, maybe now is time. Maybe if this is your thing. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. Thanks for bringing that one. I'm glad that it wasn't like one of those really like cutesy dark things though, where it's just like, you know, like a bunch of wrong
L.
endings. Like it could be, but I don't know.
Oh no, they're totally wrong endings. they're totally. You could totally not
no.
survive the 13 days. You can totally.
No.
Yeah, you can totally not survive the 13
That
days,
sounds
and
awful.
it's a little brutal.
I don't
So
feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Definitely not but they package it so adorably that
Yeah. Maybe
yeah,
it's
you're gonna want the kitten to survive,
well, of
unless you want
course.
those people. Well, you say that, but I'm sure one of you out there is buying this game to kill the kitten over and over.
Oh my god.
Don't look at me. I'm never getting this game. I can't do this.
I know, I can't either. I'm like,
I'll watch people play it. Like, it's too much responsibility. I can't. I cannot. Okay. So also from CFK, which is the company that's bringing you a Street Cat's Tale, comes another title called Koumajou Remilia Scarlet Symphony. Man, switching between Japanese and English just always trips me out. Um, Originally released as Koumajou Densetsu Scarlet Symphony in 2009. This is a Castlevania game that's set in the Tohou universe. Have you ever
Oh.
heard of the Tohou universe?
I have
Derek?
heard of it, but it's always eluded me exactly what Toho is. Because like I think I usually think of like shmups. That's the first thing I think of when I hear Toho is like crazy memes, shmups, wild music, and that's it. That's like what I think of when I hear Toho.
Tohou, it's like if you know, you know. So there are a lot of hats, many hats. So the backstory to Toho, like the in real life backstory, is that it's a shoot 'em up made by this one person named Zune. I actually don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but Zune, he basically made this game and it was really popular, and he keeps creating. It's just a one-man team. Music, the game itself, all the character designs, everything, the story, he just does it himself. But he's kind of interesting. Like most content creator or most creators will want to sort of like safeguard their work and not like let people. But he actually just releases. Like, here you go, just use the assets however you want. Just there's certain rules that he'll ask people to abide by. So there are a lot of like fan-made games that has since sprung up based on that universe.
Oh, okay.
Has nothing to do with the creator
So
himself.
it's almost open source in a way.
Yes, almost with some restrictions. He
Sure.
doesn't get any royalties, right? He's just like, yeah, go ahead. So it is huge in what we call like the Dojin circle. So it's not the Dojin is kind of like indie, where like it's small creators, but it's also got like a fan
fan created.
Fan creation, and it's supposed to like indie. It's a lot of like alternative retelling remake of like existing works that are sold for very low price at these like conventions for Dojin stuff. That doesn't really, I don't think there's like an English equivalent. But in any case, so this started as a Dojin game,
fan fiction
that you can buy. That's actually of good quality that you would pay them to publish.
That's a bit more rare.
And also the author won't sue you.
Yeah, that's very much more rare.
I think that's the reason why we don't have that in the West. Now, the remaster version is more than just a name change. It will also update on the graphics, new story updates, full Japanese voiceovers, and also subtitles in 6 different languages, including English. We do have a trailer for that too, Derek, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. Okay, so there's still some of that shmup sort of bullet hell kind of going on here.
Look at the bosses like this.
So those are the roots here. That art is gorgeous.
Yes.
It's a very short trailer.
Well, we had a very long trailer before, so we had to balance it out.
That's true. This is 20 seconds though. That's pretty short.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean,
that is
some
very
nice,
short. Yeah.
nice art, nice concept art, especially. That was very pretty.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, if you guys want to see more gameplay, again, the game did come out in 2009. I mean, obviously, you're not seeing the remaster version, but if you just want to get a sense of what the game is like, you could find plenty of videos on YouTube. Just all you have to do is type in Koumajou Densetsu Scarlet Symphony. Or just type in Scarlet Symphony Tohou. I'm sure you'll find it. But I think that's gonna be a pretty big hit for folks who are like Castlevania fans.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty darn cool for sure.
Yes.
All right, shall I grab this next one?
Oh my God, our headline! You're grabbing the headline. Go
That's
for it.
right. Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it.
No More Heroes 3, more like Yes No Heroes 3.
Oh
Or-
my God.
Yes More Heroes? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so No More Heroes 3 has been released on Nintendo Switch here, and it's got some mixed reviews. Basically, it looks like it honestly, the Switch kind of can't handle it, and I suspect that maybe this is why, because it's apparently been developed in mind coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. Xseed have
everything.
announced, everything, all major platforms. I wish I didn't buy it on Switch, but I'm a big fan of Suda 51 or Suda 41. I can't be that big of a fan though if I can't get it right.
51, I think.
Is it
51?
Is it? I think. Yeah. So I get
The chat will correct us really quickly.
I'm confused here. Is it 41? Because I'm thinking like some 41 or Suda 51. I don't know. Anyways, I'm a fan of his work though. I enjoyed No More Heroes 1 and 2, and also his work in Contact was pretty good. Which, if you don't know that one, are you a real fan? But so Xseed have announced that that the 2021 game will finally be on other platforms outside of Nintendo Switch. The game follows Travis Touchdown through yet another quirky and gory action adventure against the alien named FU, who happened who had broken out of black hole prison and is ready to dominate Earth. The ports will have higher frame rates, faster loading times, and Day 1 edition with an art book, soundtrack, and special bike plate has been announced, but no release date has been given as of yet.
No release date yet. Yeah. It's been set that it's going to be fall 2022, but I don't want you guys to quote us on that.
It's rumored, right?
Yeah, rumored for 2022, but just grain of salt on that one. But if we do get a release date, we'll definitely update you on that.
That Travis Touchdown, he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. Something about him, I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Something about just him as a character. Just it just seems like they do it right.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know what? More I think about, it's like, what, that game is perfect for Derek.
I know.
I don't know why either.
I know. I love it.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but. Did you stream the third game on?
No.
Did you stream? No, you haven't. Oh, you haven't.
I haven't streamed any of them, but I might. I might stream the trilogy at some point, because
let me get this straight. Derek streaming an action title,
an action RPG
before 2000,
not action RPG. Is it an action RPG? It's an action adventure. I don't know. It's I mean, whatever. I'll play a Zelda game on stream at some point. So I mean, is this really that far removed? I will.
Really? You'll play a Zelda game?
Oh yeah, sure. I like Zelda a lot.
Are we really comparing No More Hero to Zelda now?
I mean, functionally, are they really that different? You get heart pieces and hit things with swords and light beams.
You're not wrong. Okay, well, this next one, oh boy, you're gonna be super excited about this, right, Derek?
Oh, I am very excited about this.
Tell us about it.
All right. Well, everybody, when last week we were talking about Kingdom Hearts 4, and we were talking about Sora and how he looked kind of neat and his clown shoes were gone. Well, Nomura has confirmed that Sora's new look in Kingdom Hearts 4 is only for Quadratum. In a recent interview with Famitsu, Nomura has confirmed that Sora's new and more realistic design is limited to Quadratum, meaning that the basically, it sounds like he's going to have clown shoes again. We got all excited for nothing. but hey, okay. So following the passage that was translated by VGC, Nomura said, Donald and Goofy are... I'm sorry, hang on. Let me do this right.
Donald and Goofy are looking for clues about Sora in the original world. All the worlds before the title display in the trailer are all Quadratum segments that Sora will look realistic. But if he can return to the original world, he will look like Donald and Goofy with shaders like Donald and Goofy.
End quote. End translated quote. There will be a link to the Famitsu article down in the description if you're interested in getting that a little more first-handedly. But
Yes.
you know, that's what we do here, was we give you secondhand used news, if you will.
Yes,
Slightly
yes.
used.
Ah. So how do you feel about that as like a Kingdom Hearts fan? Can I call you a Kingdom Hearts fan?
No.
Will you be offended? No.
I have played the Kingdom Hearts games, and they are
All of
fun. All of the ones that were in the story so far. So, and a lot of a few of those games weren't actually games in the story so far. They were turned into movies. So like 358 over 2 days. I watched that instead of playing it. There was the online game that is not an MMO, because I got corrected about that. The online game that is actually a browser-based game that I think has some multiplayer mechanics, but not massively multiplayer. Not massively. It's just you know, smaller instances, I guess.
Was it Union Cross or something?
Yeah, something to that.
Something like that.
Union Key, because the cross is actually it's pronounced key. Because it's
okay.
It's the Greek alphabet. Yeah. It's
Kai.
Well, Kai,
Kai,
but
right?
they call it
Kai?
No, they call it key because
They call the key.
Yep, because
Keyblade.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do. They yeah. Anyways, yeah.
A lot of artistic liberty to all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But how do you feel about
How do I feel
the big
about it?
shoes coming? Yeah, how do you feel the big shoes coming back? I don't know.
I'm
kind of curious.
legitimately don't care. It does not bother me one way or the other. Like I was hamming it up for the meme before, but honestly, it's at the bottom of the list of things I care about.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you. That was the reaction that I wanted.
You're welcome.
You know, we were talking.
I'm sorry,
about it
everybody,
last week.
to break the illusion.
Yeah.
It really doesn't crush my soul that he's got big feet again.
You know, the thing that you're saying that you don't care, that's the hot take. That's the hot take.
I mean, you know what they say about people with big feet?
No, Derek, what do they say about people with big feet? Dude, tell us more.
They say, damn. They say, damn, that guy's got some big feet. Yeah,
I can't with this guy. I need to leave. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'll absolutely rip off Fresh Prince. Please don't slap me, Will Smith.
As long as you don't make G.I. Jane jokes, man, you'll be fine. On national TV.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but hey, listen. Well, no, come to think of it, you are on YouTube. We're on a broadcast. That might be a great way to summon Will Smith to your house.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine just out of nowhere, just Will Smith just walks up to Derek and slaps him?
Oh my God. You know, I would not be as big a man as Chris Rock is, because I would definitely get a payday out of it. I'll just say that. I'd take that payday. YouTube is now full time, boys. Let's go.
Let's go. He's got money, man. Okay. So this is an interesting piece of news that we've never really covered. This is the first of its kind, and I wonder if this will be the last.
This is so bizarre. This sounds like
It
such an
is
ill-conceived. Go ahead. Go ahead. Throw. I don't want to taint everybody else's preconceptions about this, but go ahead. Lay it on us. Lay it on. What do we got here, man?
So in Japan, there has been a weird anime turned to stage play kind of phenomenon, and games getting turned to stage play. Well,
Even in the
Tales of
West,
Arise,
even in the West, we've had some
Really?
weird movies come to stage plays. Evil Dead, the musical, for instance, is one of them.
Oh, God, you're right.
Yeah, so we've got
Um,
our own little weirdness, but not that many though.
turning Civil War into a stage play, that's very popular, I've heard. Yeah, so Tales of Arise online theater Liberators is a the title's real long. Tales of Arise online theater Liberators dash shouldering hope dash new attempt. I kid you not, that's the entire title to the stage play. We'll begin broadcasting on Stage Crowd, and guess what? If you're a fan of Tales of Rise, you can actually buy a viewing ticket for 1,000 yen, which is like $35 or so.
Is that it?
And you can, yeah, about $35. And it will be live streamed on April 21st, 2:30 a.m. in Japanese Standard Time. So that's like 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the 20th for anyone who wants to do conversion. And the archive video of the performance will be viewable for a whole week, basically. So, boy, I bring this up because uh, it's a different it's something different, right? It's something different, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about like games and DLCs, expansions, and then we talk about anime, right? That's like a byproduct. We talk about the merch. Have we ever talked about a stage play based on JRPGs?
I don't know.
And more
Should we
importantly,
though?
well, more importantly, have you ever wanted to watch a stage play that's it's from Bamco, so it's like official. This is an official stage play. This is not some random trope that just like got the license. No, this is like Bamco saying, okay, this is our stage play. Now it's not unusual because like Yoko Taro did one for Nier.
He did?
And like
Huh.
he
Okay.
did one. Well, okay, Yoko Taro is weird, but
Well, that's true.
yeah, so this is something different. And also 1,000 yen is about $10 US. 10,000 yen is about $100 US.
Okay.
So 4,000 yen is actually less than 1,000. So
Mhm.
you're looking at like maybe $38 a ticket.
Oh, 4,000,
now
not 8,000.
for
Okay, 4,000 yen.
4,000 yen.
Gotcha.
So about like about $35. A little pricey, but I mean not very pricey for a stage play because those things can get kind of pricey.
Yeah. For like a whole
so if
elaborate for a whole elaborate
Yeah.
production and everything, sure.
Mhm. Absolutely. So there's going to be some kind of like CG that's thrown in, and like it's this whole like weird like holographic thing that they're going to do. I have no idea. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it just to say that I've seen one.
I kind
so
of
if you
hope
like me,
I kind of hope that the
Yeah.
whole thing is just projected. Just hologram projections
I
just
need to know.
entirely. That would be
I need
hilarious.
to know. I need to know as a JRPG fan. But see, the only thing that's keeping me away from doing that is because I haven't played a game. So it's like it's gonna spoil the game for me. Like, I don't know. Now I can't find any information about English subtitles. However, this was actually brought to my attention through Twitter in English.
Mhm.
So they're obviously advertising it in an English platform. So and also you can order this through like an English site. So that kind of all tells me that they probably will have English subtitle that they have already done like previously, and they are just gonna play it at certain time intervals. Yeah, I very strongly believe that there will be English subtitle. Now would better be English dub? Probably not. Sorry guys. But yeah, so did you want to see the trailer to that?
Oh my god. Is it I
It's not a great trailer. It just shows like the
then
people who
yes.
will be
Okay.
playing it.
Oh, it's just gonna show the people who are oh no, nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
nah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be like if it was like a trailer showing like some of like their practice runs or something like
I was looking for one.
mhm.
I was looking for one. I was trying so hard to look for one, but I couldn't find any. Where
Ah.
they just kind of act the fool. Like I was really trying to find something, but like I couldn't find any. It
This
was very serious.
like
Uh,
this sounds so bad. And they're probably part of their target demographic. I don't know if this is
mm,
this maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not though.
well, according to them, people who play JRPGs loves watching kind of stage plays and classical orchestra arrangements,
I mean,
right?
we
According
like
to
them during our
these
games,
developers.
sure. Like during if we can play that during the background and have like a full orchestral experience, yes, I like that. Do I want to go to the orchestra and listen to them in the theater?
Mhm.
Not really.
Look, hey, listen.
I mean,
this
I'm
I'll
an
tell you, Distant
introvert.
World,
I don't want to go outside. I mean, come on.
Distant. You should still do Distant World though. Like people are cosplaying into that thing. It's not a black tie event. It's a black mage event.
All right. Oh, I see what
Get
you
it?
did
Get
there.
it? Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? See, I could. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I got
that's all right. I gotcha.
Alrighty. Okay. I see that some folks are not interested about the stage play. Well, how
Shocker.
about shocker? It's just, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go. Now, usually I would have just let that news fly by, right? But the
Yeah.
fact that you can, for the first time, maybe for us to be able to watch it in the West, I have to let you good people know, and I want to know later on if any of you guys watched it. You have to tell me that you watched it. Okay, can we switch over to my screen really quick?
You betcha. There you
Yes.
go.
So, if you're not interested in Tales of Rise the stage play, how about Tales of Rise figure, specifically with Rinwell? So, for those who don't know, she's basically your mage character in Tales of Rise, and much beloved character. Well, actually, I'd say that about like basically every character in that game.
Mhm.
People have nothing but good things to say. So now you can own a figure of Rinswell. And it's gonna come out in October of this year. And it's actually, the price is not bad. It's like $130 or so. And we talked about it, right? Like a $200. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the new normal.
Yeah.
130, that's actually pretty good for a scale figure. So 1/8 scale figure. So a little bit on the smaller side.
Mhm.
But it's very high quality from Kotobukiya, which is a well-known figure company. You see some of the details in
Yeah.
the
In the map
grimoire.
there. Yeah.
Yep. And also, it comes to Hudo, the little pet owl that you can stuff in her hoodie and also on top of her head. I imagine there might be like some kind of small magnet that's like embedded so that like it just like stays on.
All right,
So
that's
pretty
pretty
cool
cute.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. So, if you guys are interested in that, I have added a link down below for an Amiami shop. Just so that I'm covering all your shopping needs and all your bases. Let's move on to some more merch that you can get right now. For fans of the Pokemon series, have you ever heard of a store called Uniqlo? Have you heard of this brand before?
Nuh-uh. I haven't.
So Uniqlo is kind of like imagine Gap but better. They
Oh,
sell a
that's not
lot
hard.
of like essential, yeah, right. And when I mean Gap, I mean like they sell essential things like hoodie, jeans, and what have you, but just like better quality and
Sure,
lower
okay.
price. I don't know how that's possible, but it's better quality, lower price. But what Uniqlo is also very known for is doing collaboration with game companies and animation studio mangas. They're famous for like a Jump series T-shirts. In fact, I wear a lot of those like anime t-shirts. I don't buy from convention. I buy them from Uniqlo.
Mhm.
So and the price is very reasonable. It's like $20. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
reasonable because you know, a lot of t-shirts that you get from like conventions are like, you know, easily 30. I've even seen $50 t-shirts, right?
Mhm.
But you know, like so $20 for adult size, that's pretty good.
Sure.
And this is the Pokemon Meet the Artist series. So we've got a what is it
Magneton.
called? The Magnetor?
That's
Magnemite?
Magnemite. Okay,
Magnemite.
yeah. I wasn't sure
Magnemite.
how
Yeah,
many
that's the
there were because
Magnemite.
if there were a few more, then it'd be a Magneton. So
You gotta count it, right? And then
yeah.
it becomes like a one giant one again. That's like the final evolution too. So yeah, and it looks like it's a Magnemite that's created using like everyday items. You know, it's pretty cool.
Oh, is that right? I couldn't make out
Yeah.
what else is like. Never mind. It's fine.
Hold on. No, let's look at the Pikachu one because I think it's easier
Oh,
to
I
see.
see. I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's made of a bunch
Yeah.
of
Oh, there we
stuff.
go. Here. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like a. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's so this is part of the Pokemon Meet the Artist series. So it's kind of artsy. It's kind of cute. I think fans will really enjoy this. And all the sizes are still available. And they do ship you know, domestic in the States. So don't worry if there is no Uniqlo around you. The shipping is actually not too bad either. In fact, I think you get free shipping once you shop to a certain amount, if I remember correctly. But
Okay.
yeah, so pretty cool stuff here. So if you're a Pokemon fan, definitely keep track of that. Last but not least, you know, let's just stay here for just a second. So this is also brand new information that we wouldn't have known if we did the show on Sunday, because this collection was actually leaked in
Oh.
Vietnam of all places.
Huh.
So yes, Uniqlo is an international
Yeah.
clothing brand. So in Uniqlo Vietnam, they leaked Final Fantasy 35th anniversary collaboration with Uniqlo.
Oh, that's
And
pretty cool.
yeah, and I wrote like jokes on it too. I was like, did you think that only games get leaked? How about gaming t-shirts? Those can also be leaked, apparently.
Apparently,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so it's been kind of funny, but you know, I had to change the script because now it's officially announced that there will be Final Fantasy 35th anniversary with 16 different titles and 16 different t-shirts. So let's go over some of those. Here's Final Fantasy 1. A certain dual beard loves Final Fantasy 1. Oh, is this Final Fantasy 2? Oh, it's Final
Must
Fantasy
be
2.
two.
Yeah, no one cares about 1. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, no, sorry. This is Final Fantasy 2. I thought the first one was gonna be Final Fantasy 1. I was
I
wrong.
would have assumed that
Um,
too.
yeah. Hold on. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. So this is number 2. You know what? I'm just gonna
Is
look
the
at Final
second
Fantasy
one
6
number
'cause
one? Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
this is
the
Final
intro
Fantasy 6.
scene
Yeah.
from when they're walking and
Yeah.
stuff. That's pretty rad.
Yeah. And then yeah, Final Fantasy 6. So I'm probably gonna get that because I'm just a huge fan. I don't even care if I don't necessarily like
Do
the
you
design. I don't
remember
care.
just
I
like
don't care.
20 years ago, like it was
Mhm.
impossible to find video game merch to like rep the
Yes.
games that you liked? It was impossible.
This
There's
is
the
the Final
first.
Fantasy chart. I think I think I might pick this one up because it just looks, I don't know, it's kind of classy. I
Hmm.
don't know. I like the pixel art. There's nothing on the back. So yeah, this is Final Fantasy. So there you go, Dual Beer. Here you go. This is for you, buddy. No Final Fantasy Origin, please.
Unfortunately. That'd be
No,
too much chaos.
fortunately, there's no Final Fantasy Origin.
Just couldn't handle
Um,
that much.
I
I want to see
think this is.
did they have a 10 design
I
out?
think this is 16. Oh, there is. I think.
I'm sure
Wait,
that
is
there
this the
is, yeah.
16? Oh no, this is 11? Question mark. Hold on. Which one were you looking for? 10?
9, 10,
Here's
and
9.
4.
This is 9.
Oh no,
It's just
that's 8.
Cloud.
That's 8.
Oh, sorry, that's 8. Oops. Wow. See, I'm not all there. This is 9. This is 9. Sorry. It features Alexander in the front.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and then here's the back. You don't need a reason to help people. You hear that, Derek?
That's all right.
Yeah. Let's see. You were saying 10.
Yeah, that's
That's
the other one I was kind of
9.
curious about.
I think 8 is just like I'm not a big fan of 8. It's just Cloud, like
I mean, not
it's
Cloud, but Squall.
Squall. God,
I
it's a
know.
Squall. It's a Squall plastered and just like printed on the back. I'm just like, this is like the
Yeah.
most uninspired like
It's
design
literally just like a
ever. It's so
screenshot. Like that.
bad.
I know. It's like
Yes.
it's not even a complete
Yes.
design. It's like it gets cut off by
Yes.
the edge of the screen print area. Like, yeah, that's a little low effort.
Yeah. This is 10.
The same thing though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. But there's a pocket and it's embroidered.
That is nice. If they would sell something with just the embroidered patch, I would probably get that. I'd probably prefer that.
Wear a jacket and just pretend the pack didn't exist. What else did you want to say? Just 9 and 10.
That was it. That's good.
Yeah. I probably get the 6th one. I don't know. So obviously links down below if you want to check them out yourself. Feel free to take a look at that. Look at all the design. There might be stuff that you want to get. If you want the whole thing, I've been told that they will have like a limited edition box that you can get all 16 shirts on a discount. So if you're just like a huge Final Fantasy fan and you want every single shirt, but you don't want to pay $20 shirt, I think there's like a discount box where you get all 16 of them, plus these carts, and I can't enlarge them, so I can't even show it to you. But
get an
I think they're
entire
like Final Fantasy
wardrobe.
playing cards. Yeah, get an entire wardrobe. Just
You could wear.
That's like 2 weeks work.
That's like
t-shirts.
Yeah. In 2 weeks worth of t-shirts plus 2 for laundry day, and the day that you put off doing laundry day.
This is Final Fantasy 4. Yes, Final Fantasy 4.
More shirts than your washing machine can handle.
Kind of cute. So he says the
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Knight, and
I
then you
like that.
transform into the Paladin.
That's
Yeah.
better. That's better than the other designs. Some of the
It's
others.
just like just screen printed, just screenshot plastered.
Yeah.
Some
of them had
wanted
some
to
effort
find
put into them.
why.
Some of them clearly did not.
Yeah, I think this is the 5th one. Yeah, this is the 5th one. It's just Boko.
Oh, okay.
It's just Boko pocket. I think this one is embroidered here. Is it? No, it's not embroidered. I wish. That would have been kind of cool.
Bummer.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah. So check that out if you will. Sale has not started yet. This has just been announced today. Like I said, if we did the show yesterday, I would have told you about the leak, and then this coming Sunday, I would have told you about this. But it doesn't matter because the sale begins May 16th, mid-morning. I don't know what that means, but in Eastern time. So we'll probably just brush up on it again as we come closer to give you as a reminder. But mark your calendar, May 16th.
Sounds good.
Yep. All righty. That's all the merch news for this week.
All right. So we got a little bit of fan and community news here to talk about. So I'll go ahead and lead off with this next one here. So just a few days after Kingdom Hearts 4 had that announcement trailer come out, a modder of the Kingdom Hearts games got Sora's grappling hook into Kingdom Hearts 3. It's pretty rad. You want to take a look at this?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. I love it.
Okay, let's pull this up. I have not seen this yet, and it sounds pretty neat. All right, so that's the grappling
trailer.
hook.
Yes,
that was pretty cool. So just like that.
Yeah. Oh no, it gets better.
I mean,
he's showing you that it works in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, he can
3.
just like whip it out during combat and stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's even got like unique. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Wait till you see it in combat.
Oh, so it shoots out the handle. I didn't. Okay, cool. So I wonder how that works. Like.
You can do all kinds of combos with it too. You can pull characters towards you.
Get over here. Yeah, I saw
get
that.
over here. Yeah. It's really cool.
It just juggles them. Yep. I wonder how well balanced that would be to play that game as. Oh jeez.
Good question.
Let's do this.
Because I suspect that the game's obviously not balanced for that, but I wonder if this is game breaking.
It might be, but you know,
But who
if
cares?
it
If you're
was,
modding it, then
it's
whatever.
a mod. Yeah, it's a mod. You're looking for balance. You're not looking for polish per se. You're looking for
Yeah.
different experience.
It looks pretty well integrated though.
Yeah.
And this guy's done it in just a few days, and he's already mastered its usage.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure. Man, well, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I have no
Yeah.
intention of using it, but I mean, that's pretty cool. That would
Yeah,
require me buying
so-
on PC. I'm assuming that's just
so,
PC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the modder's name is True Blade Seeker. And it is available on Nexus Mods, which everybody's favorite basically open source modding page.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you want to talk about this next piece of community news?
Oh boy. Okay. So yeah. So let's close it out with this fun little tidbit. You guys might have heard this hero, and we've all known that not here all heroes wear cape, and certainly not this guy. Does Let Me Solo Her ring any bell to you, Derek?
I
Have you
think I
been-
heard about this on like Tech Linked, I think, the other day. But go for it.
So, there's this guy who actually, let's backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
Bit. So Elden Ring, right? Notoriously difficult game, also features a notoriously difficult boss, and the boss name is Melania, which has been hailed as one of the hardest boss in that game, if not the entire Soul series so far, right? So extremely difficult boss, super fast and unforgiving combos, but also optional, right? So
Mhm.
but for a lot of completionists, of course, nothing in that game is really optional. So lots and lots of players are just dying over and over and over in an attempt to try to defeat this boss. There's a feature in Elden Ring where you can summon a player to help you with difficult bosses, right?
Mhm.
And here comes this player called Let Me Solo Her, which, as the name implies, when you summon this player to aid you in fighting Melania, all you have to do is sit back and let him solo her. And just to make it crazier is that he sports basically completely with no armor, a pair of katanas, and just a jar for his helmet, if you will. And it's just this guy has spawned so much fan art in the last week. It was insane. It's just the amount of memes that has come out from Let Me Solo Her. It's just crazy. So IGN finally interviewed our community hero, and so he was saying that it actually took this guy 242 attempts
Oh my god.
and 2 summons to defeat Melania for his first try. And then here comes the quote from Let Me Solo Her. I choose Melania to help others because I fell in love with her design. All her attacks are very graceful, about Melania, and she is an unforgiving. She's unforgiving as a boss. Her infamous waterfowl dance is considered to be the hardest to dodge moveset from a from software boss to date. So I decided to prove to others that it was not impossible. That is super inspiring, but also super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is just wow. Because again, it took him 242 times to defeat this boss for his first attempt. So that he trained up, he leveled up, he geared up, he practiced and practiced and practiced. Now he can just solo this boss, and he's showing everyone that, hey, you know what? This can definitely be done. So
That's incredible.
super awesome of him. Yeah. There's an extra tip. There's an extra bit of news.
Oh, yeah?
Some modder actually, in honor of Let Me Solo Her, created a mod so that you can actually summon an NPC that looks exactly like Let Me Solo Her, and who will also fight Melania as you sit back and watch, if you so
Ah.
choose to have. Yeah, because summoning a player obviously is if you get lucky. More likely than not, you're gonna summon literally anybody else but our legendary hero, right? Because
Just forever
only one of it.
immortalized in a mod. I love
Right.
it. I love it.
Exactly. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I think this is probably like the coolest little like community news in a while.
For
So
sure.
there you go, guys. You've been caught up. If you hear "Let Me Solo Her," now you guys know what's that all about. Also, obviously, the IGN article will be in the link in the description. So please feel free to read through that whole thing.
For sure. Now, Baku, before we wind down, what are you doing these days? Where can people find you? What are you playing over on Twitch? And
Oh boy.
yeah, what's going on, man?
I am playing a game called Near the World Ends of You, and I'm going on record and saying this right now, right? But
Yeah.
man, I'm actually enjoying the game from Nomura. Who'd have thought?
You know, that's impressive for not just because it's Nomura, but because
Mhm.
a lot of people, when this first came out, told me that this is like because you're playing on Switch, right? That this is like
Well, I'm playing Neo: The World Ends
yeah,
of
yeah.
You.
Oh, that's
now I'm
right.
playing
Not
on
the
PS4.
remaster. Not the
No,
remaster.
not remaster. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
playing the new game.
Okay.
Now,
Never mind. Because I was gonna say
yeah,
that the
the new game.
remaster was like the inferior way to play, but you're
Yeah.
playing Neo, and I haven't tried that yet. But okay, so you're
Yeah.
enjoying it though, and it's a recent one. That's
Yes.
now that's even
the
more
battle-
impressive now that I know that.
battle system is actually really fun.
I'm
It's
glad to
really
hear it.
addicting battle system. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend. The music's been great. Well, little hit miss, but I'd say like 80% of the soundtrack's great. And I'll be streaming that game over at over at Twitch, twitch.tv/Bakusan JRPG, where I'll be playing that game Wednesday through Sunday. So please come by, hang out. We'll talk a little bit about JRPGs and what have you.
Awesome. All right. And I have been playing Golden Sun over on Twitch as well. And here, as far as, yeah, well, let me start over. I've been playing Golden Sun on Twitch as well. And you should definitely check me out over on Twitch if you are interested in seeing me in a more casual sort of setting where I'm not just trying to read the news or make videos, but just hanging out and stuff and enjoying the game. It's my very first time playing through, and I think we're nearly done. I'm hoping that we're going to wrap things up on Wednesday. I do stream over there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And after that, we're going to be diving into Chrono Cross and the Radical Dreamers. The Radical Dreamers edition. So yeah, definitely come by and get my thoughts on that early if you want. Also on Friday, I released a new video in my How to RPG series of videos. If you missed it, please do go give it a watch, because it took a lot of work never to research the very first ever video game RPGs and that transition from pen and paper and tabletop RPGs into the digital realm. Just going over the earliest, because Baku, if you had to guess, when do you think was like the very first RPG ever made? Like in video game format?
1978.
You're pretty darn close.
Pretty close?
So yeah, I think gosh, I've already forgotten a little bit, but yeah, the very first ones come out in like,
you made a video on this.
I know I did.
You made a video on
it's
this.
so much that I've like I study like a kid who went to American high school, right? Like I studied and crammed, and then as soon as the test was over, I'm like, it's gone. But no, it's like 75 or 76. I want to say 76.
Okay.
So it was like 4 of them all in the same year, and it's Yeah, it's a lot actually to talk about. That's why it's a little bit of a whirlwind. But if you're interested in knowing more, do be sure to go check out the video. I'll definitely be referencing it in the future, especially as we continue the series of How to RPG. Kind of providing some more educational content as far as the role-playing game genre goes. Also, let's see, what else am I doing? Not really a whole lot else. So I guess.
That's a super cool concept, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Super, super cool concept.
Appreciate it. Yeah. The videos themselves, I've been putting, we've done 3 so far. One was just a brief overview. The very first, the second one was about the creation of tabletop role-playing games. And then the third was the transition to digital. Next will be eventually going into like the 80s and thereby the split that happens that causes Western RPGs and Japanese RPGs to diverge and develop separately. Unfortunately, I feel like the videos themselves don't gain that much traction because it's like history. It's not what I usually do. But if you're interested in learning something, a little more of a classroom sort of style vibe, definitely go give it a watch. Now, Baku, we have a few super chats to talk about here real quick. So I'll go ahead and go down this first one here. We got one here from Still Alive who says,
hello.
With the recent leak of the GBA emulator coming out for Switch Online, was wondering what you guys felt were the best RPGs on GBA. And I did not know that a GBA emulator got leaked, that's been leaked that it's coming to Switch Online. That's news to me.
No, I saw that about 2 hours ago, but I couldn't verify sources, so I didn't feel comfortable adding it in. But
No
I did
worries.
see it.
Yeah.
In fact, I got it was like I just got off work and someone just like messaged me. It's like, oh, did you see this? I was like, I did
so
not,
for the time
but
being,
yeah.
take it with a grain of salt, hype responsibly. But the question remains: what's your favorite GBA RPG, Baku?
I didn't really play GBA because I didn't own a GBA until much later, and I just bought a secondhand just to have one. What games were even on GBA?
Well, there's let's see, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is one of them that kind of gets a lot of people going. There's Lunar, the Silver Star, that got a port, Silver Star Harmony, I think it was called. I don't know if that was any good or not. I really enjoyed a couple games by Brownie Brown, one of which was Sword of Mana, the remake of Final Fantasy Adventure. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, there's Mother 3, which is probably not coming to Switch Online, but just in the spirit of the question, I think that one's my favorite. There's also, Fire Emblem, I think, has a couple of games on GBA. But I think that my big favorite one right now, Advance Wars is also on GBA. But my favorite, I think, at this point, gotta be Mother 3.
Never say never. Maybe that's what they've been waiting for. Maybe Mother 3 will come out on this, of all things.
They might not sell a fan translation, but they might make one freely available. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Again, that's poking a hornet's nest with a stick, I think. But and if you want to know more about that, I got a video about why it's never coming to the West. But I hope I'm wrong. But it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. For me, unfortunately, I just haven't spent a lot of time playing handheld, especially some of the older ones, because I just that was the time where I couldn't just get one. I didn't hold a job. I didn't have any income. So
there was also Breath of Fire 2 came out on Game Boy Advance, and Breath of Fire 1, but they're kind of inferior versions of a lot of Super Nintendo games that got inferior versions ported to the Game Boy Advance. Trying to remember what else we got though, because I know I got a bunch. Pokemon Fire Red.
Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green,
Oh yeah, and I'm playing Golden Sun right now. Dang it, I'm playing Golden Sun right now. Completely spaced that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden Sun 1 and 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have better memory of DS and 3DS, just not Game Boy. Game Boy Advance is right around the time where I just, yeah.
Tales of Fantasia got a terrible port.
For Advance?
It plays at like 5
Ooh.
FPS.
Ugh, yikes. Big yikes. For a Tales game especially? Yeah, no. No. Tales game.
But I've heard
no.
some people enjoyed it. So, it was kind of rough. But, if it was all you had, and it was the first official localization we ever got in the West, so you kind of got to take what you get, right? So, oh man,
I would probably say the Super Robot War Advance. Yeah, that's probably Alpha or actually no, not Alpha. Advance. Alpha is for PS1. Yeah, Advance. That's probably like the only game that I remember, which is not saying a lot because I just haven't played that many. But if I have to pick one, I'll probably pick that one.
And speaking of Tales of Fantasia, Duo Beard, who sent me my copy on Game Boy Advance, also gave us a couple of super chats.
Okay.
He says SuperDerek RPGs and Baku JFPS get 11 chaos out of 10.
11 chaos out of 10. You know,
so
I was
so
really hoping for 12.
So you played Japanese FPSs now? Is that what I'm hearing, Baku?
No, JFPS stands for just finished preparing salads.
Oh, okay. Is that what that? Okay, good.
That's
good
what,
to know.
That's what it stands for. Yeah, I get that a lot. They're like, Japanese people make first person shooter. I'm like, no. I just finished preparing salads.
Man, I could totally go for a salad right now.
Yeah.
And he follows that up with looking forward to the SuperDerek Broadway musical. So am I. That'll be very interesting. I'm very curious about who they'll get to play me.
What okay, what would a SuperDerek musical be about? What would it even be about?
What is anything really even about?
Is it gonna be like 30 minutes of you just like singing about editing videos and
man, it's I don't know, man. It's gonna be very introspective, lots of insecurities probably. That hit musical number, am I really good enough?
Oh my god. If you made that will resonate with a lot of people.
Oh man, yeah, that's
Existential crisis.
Exactly.
Great.
Existential crisis, the musical. It's a family flick. It's perfect. It's the story about one man with a dream who tries to overcome the difficulties and kind of does it sometimes.
Better than nothing.
Oh man. All right. Well, Baku, is there anything else that you wanted to say to the kind folks watching at home?
Yes. Just remember, there is a secret ending to Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamer Edition. So don't miss out on it. Get both finish both games. Go to the main menu, hit credit, and then watch the ending again.
God, that sounds so made up. That sounds so fake.
Exactly. And I didn't believe it until I did so much research. I read through all the publications. I watched the thing myself because I know you're not going to watch it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I had to watch it because I don't care.
Thank you for falling on that sword for me.
Yeah. And now I can't talk about it because it's a spoiler. I just want to talk about it. I can't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's painful. At some point we can talk about it, but right now I'm gonna wait until you guys finish, watch the thing, then we can talk about how do you like that extra scene. So just do remember that, okay? As you march forth in this Chrono Cross remaster.
All right. And I also need to let everybody at home know that if you liked this podcast and if you like what you heard, be sure to get subscribed, leave thumbs up and all that other good stuff. And, yeah, you'll see when we go live again on Sunday next week. So until then, I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. And I will also mention we do have a secret ending on HitPoint, and the way that you get to watch that is by sticking around and liking and commenting and subscribing. And goodbye.
Hit the bell icon.